right? Now, if there's something that's not favorable, it's okay to express yourself. But if you're just perpetually expressing yourself about something that's not positive, remember, repetition is the mother of learning, and your body learned from repetition. You ever heard about muscle memory? Yeah, think about it. The stories that you're telling yourself give your body muscle memory. And so your body is setting itself up to have a non-favorable outcome. So be mindful and be careful with the stories you tell yourself.
Welcome to Impact and Fulfillment with Coach Mike D, where you'll gain practical wisdom and dynamic insight from amazing conversations to live your best life.
Yo, dig this. This is your boy, Coach Mike D, with another episode of Impact and Fulfillment. Pray y'all are doing well, and just hope you're having an amazing day. And if not, change it. You know, it's interesting. When we think about having an amazing day, when we think about a life filled with challenges, when we think about circumstances and things that are beyond our control, they are just that. Circumstances and things that are beyond our control. But the things that we do have control over, we have to be committed to making things happen in a way that we're supposed to. And everything else, all the things that are out of our control, we have to allow them to be out of our control. That means it should be out of our mind, out of our worry, out of our focus, because we don't have a direct impact on them anyway. If they're out of your control, allow them to be out of your control. A lot of this really comes down to mindset. What are the things that we allow to infiltrate our mind? What are the things that we allow ourselves to create narratives about? Now, narratives can be positive and they can also be negative, right? The stories you tell yourself, in essence, become true to you. That doesn't mean that they are absolute truth, but they become true to you. And a lot of times, if we're not careful, we allow a narrative to run wild, and we then just continue to pile on to that narrative, both positively and negatively. Now, piling on to a positive narrative can be encouraging initially, but if we become delusional with regard to our positivity, and it's not really rooted in, any type of tangible growth or tangible potential, then that delusional positivity could really be something that's a lie to yourself, because it's not rooted in truth. It's not rooted in what is, right? It's like if I had the desire to be 6 inches taller or something, and in my mind, I'm, imagining myself as 6 inches taller. I'm visualizing myself as 6 inches taller. Fam, I'm not growing 6 inches due to my mindset. Now, I can envision activities or outcomes or things that maybe typically someone who is 6 inches taller than me can typically do. I can envision myself there, and I can see the pathway and potential for me to have that similar impact at my current stature. But the reality is my stature is not changing. So I'm not going to sit around and wish that I was 6 inches taller. I will sit around and visualize and have perspectives and visions and, thought processes associated with the impact that I'm desired to make, or that I desire to make, or the impact that I'm called to make, regardless of the stature that I have. See, the stature is something that's not changing. My impact can be directly correlated with my mindset, because remember, your body gives your mind what it wants. And so if you want to have a bad day, then guess what? Your body is going to find a way to give you a bad day. if you have a desire to really change the game and shake things up and bring life-changing, perspectives and, opportunities to individuals, then regardless of the circumstances, if that's what you're really in your heart and in your mind desiring to do, your body's job is to bring you activities and actions that are in alignment with that. So this is why, going back to the notion of narrative, we have to be very careful. Because again, yes, we can be delusional on the positive side with things that really aren't going to tangibly change, or we can have an optimistic perspective on desired outcomes that we can have some direct, impact on, and then allow ourselves to live in that, to be that, so that our actions are in alignment with it. But on the flip side, we can have some negative perspectives as well. We can allow ourselves to go into a doom loop of narrative. We tell a story or tell a perspective that's not favorable. And then we pile onto that from a negative perspective. And then ultimately, you're in a lose-lose situation because you've already set the framework for whatever it is you're stepping into to not have a favorable outcome. And a lot of that is rooted into the stories that you're telling yourself. So it's really not advantageous to be untruthful with yourself. You have to start from a place of truth, but it's also not advantageous to allow yourself to go down a doom loop, right? Now, if there's something that's not favorable, it's okay to express yourself. But if you're just perpetually expressing yourself about something that's not positive, remember, repetition is the mother of learning, and your body learns from repetition. You ever heard about muscle memory? Yeah, think about it. The stories that you're telling yourself give your body muscle memory. And so your body is setting itself up to have a non-favorable outcome. So be mindful and be careful with the stories you tell yourself. If you have to vent and get something off your chest, get it off your chest, but then get it off your chest, meaning let it go. Because if you continuously go down this spiraling negativity loop, it's going to result in actions and activities that aren't favorable. And that's not what we want, because this is all about impact and fulfillment. We want us to be truthful. We want to take steps and, have impact that changes things and be fulfilled in how we operate. We want to be truthful. We don't necessarily want to be delusional, but we also don't want to be negative. Because again, your body gives your mind what it wants. What stories are you telling yourself? Are they stories you need to stop telling yourself? Or maybe you have a really good situation going on and you're really in control of your mind and you allow your mind to set the framework for your actions to follow in a manner that really moves in the right direction. Then guess what? You need to keep that thing going. You need to keep it going. Do more, right? But we have to be honest with ourselves. What stories are you telling? And what's the result? And if it's working for you, cool. Keep it going. Keep the party going. But if it's not, it's time to make some changes. All right. Again, the stories you tell yourself, those narratives become true to you. So what truth are you telling yourself? Because your actions are going to follow from that story. All right. Well, hey, I hope y'all have an amazing day. Do something awesome today, but also tell yourself some good stories. The world needs you, needs the best version of you. And until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace.
I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow Coach Mike D everywhere on social media. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise.